Hey guys, welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new here. I'm the odd one, and today is an emotional day. I am getting rid of the first car I ever bought. Oh, it stresses me out. I've never given away a car before. I mean, it's technically not given away. I did get some money for it, but I've never gotten rid of a car that I bought myself, obviously, because this is my first one. I'm gonna ramble. I apologize. Like I said, it's emotional for me. Good morning. So today I am getting rid of my car. We're saying goodbye to my Kia, the one I did my 24 hours in my car video in. I don't know if I showed you guys the outside, so here is what it looks like on the outside. It's just a little dirty right now. It's been sitting out there for basically all of COVID, and because it broke down somewhere at the beginning and we couldn't drive it, and we didn't have the money to fix it because of not being working. So it sat there, and then we finally figured out what it would cost to fix it. And it would cost more than the car. So unfortunately, we gotta say goodbye to it. Just waiting on the tow truck to take it now. And you guys will know when that happens because you'll have some footage in next. So saying bye to my car. First car I ever bought on my own. Brand new. Technically the second car I've ever had because my parents got me my first one. Let's cut to the towing. Just finished watching him load it up onto the back of the car and drive away. And like, it's so sad because you look at the car, like I'll have footage of it being pulled up. He was nice enough to let me film it. If you see the car, like, it looks like a good car. Like, it makes me feel bad seeing it go because like it looks like it's a good functioning car. But honestly, it was gonna cost us more than the car's value to fix it. So we had like, it stopped working at about the beginning of like the whole pandemic. So the transmission went on it. I can't even remember all the stuff, but the transmission alone was like a huge chunk of what was wrong. And unfortunately with the Kia, you have to actually take it into a dealership to do anything with the transmission because of the way they build it. So yeah. Oh, I will not cry. Okay. Whew. Yeah. It's definitely, it's sad. Like I said, this was the first car I ever bought myself. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to qualify to get a car on my own, so I had taken my dad with me. It was a 2012 Kia Rio. So back in 2012, I took my dad with me to the dealership because I'd found this car that was supposed to be really good on gas. Just a good little workhorse little car kind of thing, get me to and from. At the time I was driving an hour to work every day. So I definitely needed something reliable. And I needed it kind of like, you know, in my price range. It was my first car. I wasn't gonna say I wasn't gonna go out and buy a Lambo for my first car, but when am I ever gonna go out and buy a Lambo? Ever. I'm not. Even if I could afford it. Like, no offense, I like looking at them, but I ain't gonna buy no Lambo. Anyway, I took my dad to the dealership with me because I definitely thought I was gonna need him to sign as like a co-signer, and they ran my credit, and like, I got it myself. I also worked out like the whole dealing myself. I told told them, like, I'm not paying over this. I want this included. I want it at this time. I laid the hammer down. I got what I wanted. I didn't need my dad to step in. It was kind of like my first, like, big girl decision. And yeah, I was so proud of myself. I think my dad was proud that I got it myself. I'd have to assume so. But yeah, I still remember getting it. And now I watched her leave on the back of a flatbed. We definitely had some times. I lived in it for a while because I was super deep in depression and I just didn't want to go to people's houses. I had some fun times where I slept in it, where I was super motivated. I'd get up in the morning, I'd go to the gym and work out, and then I'd just drive to my work's parking lot and I'd sleep in the parking lot until like the work actually opened and my shift started. That was bonus, having a napping spot before work. I remember after one particularly bad breakup, I didn't think I was able to do things on my own anymore. I thought I needed to be dependent on somebody and have someone go with me everywhere. And I remember after that breakup, so there was a mall we used to always go to. I decided I'd jump in my car, I'd drive to the city, I'd go to the mall, and I didn't have to buy anything, just go walk around the mall. And that was like huge for me, kind of getting back my independence, because I was scared to drive to places I'd never driven before by myself, and I drove to the city by myself, navigated the highways. I got out of the car and went into the mall, which, if you know me, is a huge deal. With my social anxiety, I get like so scared to go places with a lot of people, especially by myself. So it was a huge deal in grabbing back my independence for myself, and then just being able to like continue having a job in a city that I was no longer living in. Like I said, I was making an hour trip to work every day, whereas I didn't need a car for that job before because I lived so much closer. But yeah, there's lots of good memories in it. There's lots of bad memories in it. I don't know if lots of bad. There's definitely lots of good. There's some bad memories in it, obviously. I think no matter where you go, you're going to have a bad memory with something, especially if you've had something for so long. I'd had the car since 2012, so I'm bad at math, but like 9 years. So yeah, it's sad. It's the end of an era. But yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on to bigger things. Yeah. I had something else to say. Now it's gone. Now I'm like, you know, when you get like a memory picture reel in your head and it's just like looping through. I feel like I'm in that right now, like just daydream of like all the things I've done in that car. It's been good. Like I said, it was a good workhorse. Took me from point A to B. Got me through some pretty bad snowstorms. Got in a pretty good accident. Yeah, we had one major accident in that car and I fixed her all back up. And yeah, I had a kind of silly little accident that didn't do too much damage on it. It ripped the front bumper off, but I slid into a ditch one winter. And the sweetest people that lived on the street came out to help me because they were like, we have a tractor, do you want us to pull you out? And I was like, yeah, that would be amazing because I'm nowhere near home. And but my dumb butt forgot to take the parking brake off, and instead of pulling me out with ease, they ripped off my bumper, and they felt so bad about it, but like I knew I was the one that messed up. Well, 1, for sliding into the ditch, 2, for not having my car rollable. Definitely some incidents. Definitely a lot of like learning curves. I didn't know anything about taking care of a car. Didn't know the kind of maintenance it needed. So it definitely went without things it should have had, and it still ran as long as it did. I remember taking it to get its brake pads. Was it brake pads? Something with the brakes done. The brake clamps, I think. Calipers? Brake calipers? Does that sound right? Let me know down below. I might be wrong. But yeah, I had to go get like brake calipers done. And they were so grinded down. Like, they were making a visible noise while I was driving. Like, it sounded like I was dragging a concrete block behind me. That's how bad they'd ground down. Yeah, the guy had said he'd never seen like them that bad. Because I had never once changed them. I guess that's something you have to change on a car, which I know now. You gotta check that stuff. But I didn't know that. And I had never changed them since I got them, which had been years prior. So, learned that. I learned the importance of getting oil changes. All the juices and oils. I think the only thing I ever updated on that car was my windshield washer fluid. Occasional oil changes. But that car, it was, needless to say, it was a bit neglected from not knowing how to care for a car. But we know now, lessons learned. It was my first car where I did everything with it. I made the payments. I took it to the shops. I paid there. Everything. Mwah. With, I'm sure, my parents helping now and then for a present. So, thank you. Anyway, guys, if I just keep talking, I'm going to keep rambling on about this car, and eventually I'm going to start crying, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, it's kind of sad looking out there and like seeing this big open spot where my car's been sitting. Oh, one thing I was surprised about with it sitting the last couple of years, there've been a lot of like bunnies coming in and out from under it, so I definitely thought there was going to be like a bunny hole under it. And there wasn't. I found that kind of disappointing, to be honest. I thought for sure there was going to be at least one bunny hole under there. But yeah, speaking of bunny holes, I think I'm going to jump onto The Sims 4 and play some cottage living. Try to get my mind off of this and get me out of the little funk I feel setting on. I can feel the tears. We're not doing this. Okay, guys. Okay, I love you. Bye. Thanks for watching.